things off my box today. The revolving doors in here are chaos. Eleanor has a couple of friends over. Wentworth has a couple of friends over. We're about to have a cousin over. So it's just, this is what it's all about, okay? Living life and stuff. But a couple of things I wanted to share with you because inside I'm going a little crazy. I need to feed my sourdough. I didn't do it last week. Did I do it the week before? I don't even know what day it is. I have a new recipe to try, sourdough recipe, so I'm actually really pumped about it. Normally I just make the same bread over and over again, which is great, but I need a little pizzazz in my life. And what else am I doing today? I don't know, stuff around the house. I need to get some stuff done. I made a list on my phone. I forgot. I made it this morning. It's actually later. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna wake up and like make a huge breakfast board because she had a sleepover. Last night was Eleanor's first middle school dance. So much fun picking up the girls. And you know how like kids like to plan stuff last minute. Can we have a sleepover? I'm like, yeah, sure, that sounds amazing. But then like the other parents are in the car line like waiting to pick them up. And I was like, you guys couldn't have planned this like 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, so you could have brought your stuff to, you know what I mean? So it's fun and they're, you know, just hanging out, staying all day. Okay. What I wanted to share with you was I'm picking out the kids. The school sends like the proofs of the yearbook pictures or what they took. So how do I explain this? In previous years, they would send the proof home, a physical copy of it, you know, with the watermark over it and everything. And if you wanted to order, you would place a physical order form. Well, now everything is online. So the past couple of years, I haven't, you know, I don't have their school photos. So I picked the one to, you know, go to the yearbook, whatever, because everything's online now, it's all digital. So it says, if you want to order, like click here to, you know, see. So I was like, okay, let me just see how much it costs. Guess how much it costs? Guess how much it cost? Okay, not even just a download. And mind you, this is for each child to my understanding. So Wentworth has 4 photos, Eleanor has 3, Meredith has 3. Each, I would have to pay for each child this download, all my photos, which is just 3 to 4 photos, $100. $100. So 300. I'm like, I think we can live without it. Yeah, how many pictures do I have of them on my phone? Like these are not even. Anyway, so I'm spiraling, but then I feel the mom guilt of like, oh, should I just order? No, I shouldn't. But now I'm wondering, well, what if I just order one photo? How much is that? I can't even figure it out. I can't even figure out the dang website to figure out how much is like, how much is one 8x10? You know what I mean? Probably 50 bucks. Not even gonna lie, probably $50. Okay, second matter of business is that I'm ordering, listen, I'm getting a lot of stuff checked off. I ordered the rug for Meredith's room, hallelujah. It's a ruggable rug. A lot of you had rave reviews about it and I am absolutely pumped about it. I read a lot of stuff and I'm excited. So I ordered one for her bedroom. It's actually, the tab has been open on my computer 2 weeks. I just couldn't decide which one to buy. Finally bit the bullet and I just picked one. I'm ordering her stuff for cheerleading and because she's doing basketball cheer and we're thinking about doing competition cheer again. She wants to, she loves it. She has a lot of friends who are doing it and it's fantastic. However, the competition dates might clash with the competition dates she has for dance. So we're gonna see. Short story long, I'm ordering the stuff she needs, a crop top, some bloomers, a hair bow, shoes, all that kind of stuff. We know that this stuff is pricey. Going into it, we know like they just jack the prices up. Dance, cheerleading, and like the wedding stuff, baby stuff. We know what they do, okay? I'm looking at this bow. I'm like, it has nothing to it. No sparkle, no pizzazz, nothing extra. It's even void of color. You guys, $11. I feel like I can go to our local like kids thrift store. Once Upon a Child sells bows exactly like that, like $2. I'm like, I can just go and get them for the whole squad for the same amount of money as I pay for one. Her competition hair bow last year was like $35. So this is a lot better, but but it just, you know, rattles my brain. Okay, I gotta put my wallet away now and actually get some stuff done around here. But first I need to take my Ritual vitamins. Huge thanks to Ritual for continuing to support me and sponsor me on this video. Huge thanks to you for supporting me when I've sponsored content, and there's always a deal involved for you as well. And here's the thing I love. It's not your average chalky mystery pill that smells like a fish tank. It's literally minty fresh. It's so refreshing, and I don't even take them with food, which is perfect for busy mornings when I'm running out the door, trying to get everyone where they need to be. The two I take are the Women's Multivitamin and the Synbiotic, which is a prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic all in one. This is my dynamic duo, and it is fantastic. I bundle them because it's cheaper that way, but the multivitamin has everything that women need, like vitamin D3, omega-3s, B12, iron, even folate, and none of the weird filler stuff. Only the good stuff is in here, and that's what initially drew me to the Ritual vitamins. When I was pregnant, I took their prenatal, and I was looking for like the best on the market. These have traceable ingredients. They're vegan, so the fact that they have traceable ingredients, you can literally look at them straight on their website. You can see exactly where they came from. That combined with the fact that they taste really good, the perfect combination. I take 2 of the multivitamin a day and 1 of the Synbiotic a day, and I'm good to go. The Synbiotic has changed my life. Not to be dramatic, but especially since it's germ season now, this is the perfect one to take. It's a 3-in-1 prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic, like I said earlier. I know it sounds fancy, but it's essentially just a little tummy tune-up in one little capsule. Supports gut health, which honestly helps with everything. That's what they say. Everything starts in the gut, and they are right. Digestion, bloating, even a little bit of immunity in here. And I noticed such a difference when I take this. It's fantastic. Ritual knows exactly what they're doing. They put all this stuff in the delayed release capsule, which allows it to get to the colon, which is exactly where it needs to be to get its job done. I'm looking on their website right now. They actually offer a lot of different vitamins, multivitamin, some for gut health, skin health, relaxation, brain and heart. They've got performance and recovery supplements on there. It's fantastic, the array of products that they have. So I really encourage you to check them out. I buy mine in a bundle, saves me a little bit of money. And if you want to save even more money, you can use my link in the description box below to get 40% off of your first order. Huge Black Friday sale. It begins today, ends December 2nd. It's a screaming deal. Take advantage of that. Your whole body will thank you. Let's head to the kitchen. I'm going to, oh my gosh, look how tidy it is. I don't have to shuffle stuff around to get my scale out, my broken scale. Also, I thought I was gonna wake up this morning and make like a breakfast board with homemade waffles and bacon and eggs, and like literally last night I was scrolling Pinterest, excited. I'm gonna wake up and do this. And then I woke up and the baby was still sleeping. Toddler, really, at this point. I look at him and I'm like, you're so big. He was still sleeping, and I thought, I can just rest. We slept. I woke up after the sun. It was crazy. So then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy this morning. We didn't have, like I told you in the last video, we didn't have stacks of activities today. We still have volleyball and we have dance. We actually have to leave in like 15 minutes. So it's not completely clear, but it's a lot. Like usually we're up at the soccer field at 8 a.m., you know, that rigmarole. Instead of making the huge breakfast board, which I might do tomorrow, maybe not, I don't know. I dropped Wentworth off at soccer, so I guess we still had soccer today. It feels a lot less than normal. It was at 9 a.m. rather than, you know, having to be there at 8, leave the house sooner. I just, on the way home, Dunkin' Donuts, baby. I was like, you know what? That is low. And they were pumped when they saw it. They were excited, so. That's fine. And then yesterday I bought some muffins. Oh, and I put together a little spread for when they came home after school yesterday before the dance. So I did put that together. And you know what else they had? I'll just share it with you. A little sneak peek, a little preview. I got some of these. Yeah, they were buy one, get one free. Miss Vicky's. Spicy. The dill pickle chips. Yeah, that was my breakfast this morning. Hashtag no regrets. So there is a little bit of hooch up top, but we've seen worse, so I'm not, well, you know, I'm just gonna mix it in. Some people dump it out, but I have found when I do that, it's not very good. Oh boy, do I have so much to share with you during this voiceover. I'm starting off by feeding my sourdough starter, and the bread that I made with this, I'm not sure if I mentioned yet, it is the Croissant loaf, and actually I revisited it it's something that I saved on my Instagram probably, I don't know, a year ago, maybe less. Who the heck knows? What year is it, as a matter of fact? But it popped up again and I was like, oh my gosh, I just got reminded of it. And I was like, you know what? I need to make this. And it was actually a couple of things. One, a lot easier than I thought. Two, way more delicious than I thought. And three, I totally screwed it up and it still came out amazing. So that just goes to show you, listen, it doesn't matter. I know some people are really, what's the word? Not apprehensive, but hesitant to try to do sourdough because it's like another thing to take care of. It's like, oh, I got this thing. I got to add it into my routine and stuff. And in that instance, like, yeah, it kind of is annoying and dumb. But I love having fresh bread. I only make it once on the weekends. And I have integrated it somewhat into my routine. And it's kind of like, if I miss a week, who cares? You know, it'll sit in my fridge and rot away. And guess what? It's still active and bubbly whenever I feed it. I've gone 2 weeks without feeding. I want to even say 3 weeks without feeding. So it's a lot less finicky than people say. And when I went into starting sourdough, I had the same thoughts and feelings of, oh my gosh, this is intimidating. There's so many rules. And I mess it up probably every single time. And the bread still comes out. Like people used to make this in capes. It's not a big deal. People make it a big deal though. So let me just be your encouragement. Just give it a try. You can buy a sourdough starter, like a fed one. Find it on Facebook Marketplace. You can find it even on Amazon. I think like King Arthur's brand sells some. So anyway, food for thought. Speaking of food, I'm putting together a little board. Eleanor had a few friends over before the dance. Did I tell you about the middle school dance? Oh my gosh, it was so amazing, so stinking cute. They were all matching. All of her friends. There was probably, I'm trying to think of the picture I took, 6 or 7 of them. 6, 7. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. If you have kids, you understand that, okay? Once the adults saying it, it starts to get cringy. I feel like the adults have been saying it for a while. Like, can that trend end? Anyway, I digress. I am putting out a little spread for them to enjoy after school. Wouldn't this be like the most amazing after school spread every single day? This is like movie style after school spread every single day. But for us, it's really just on special occasions such as this. So I have some fruit, some Sammy's, some popcorn chicken. I got this all from Publix. Hashtag non-spons, hashtag I love you Publix, hashtag they don't care about me, hashtag I will probably never be sponsored by Publix, hashtag, did I say publish? I meant Publix. I love them so much. I can't rave about them enough. The bakery, the deli, everything about their store have loved since I was a child. Fantastic. So that was the spread for after school. I have now fast forwarded that. We were going back in time there a little bit. What's that song? I want to take you back in time. Oh, now it's going to bother me it's like a 90s and it's kind of like space agey. I'm going to have to look at that. So now we're fast forwarding. I'm in the future now, but really it's still in the past, especially when you're seeing this. But I'm making lunch. I think I came home from the volleyball game. That's why I have my purse on. Most of the time I just come home like straight to it. Don't even have a chance to take my purse off. And I was like, I got to feed these kids. They're all here. I got to feed them lunch. What am I going to feed them? I had leftover chicken from the night before. I made garlic. Oh, what is it called? Garlic Italian. There isn't really a name. I don't even name my dishes, but it's something I make when I don't know what to make. And it hits every time. It's delicious. Let's just call it garlic Italian chicken. I don't even know. Okay, honey garlic Italian chicken sounds a little better. I'm just listing the ingredients that's in it. So I just grabbed some chicken. Thighs are always best for us, always juicy. And the oven's going, maybe like 375, 411 degrees, wherever your heart lies. And I make a mixture of brown sugar, honey, equal parts. Let's do, I don't know, a third cup of each, half cup of each, however much you want. And then douse it in Italian seasoning, add some salt and pepper, fresh garlic, maybe 6, 7 cloves. Oh gosh, here I am again. My 8-year-old is really getting to me, okay? Dice those up, add them in, mix it all together, and plop it over the chicken. Throw it in the oven and let it cook. Who the heck knows? 20 minutes, 25 minutes, until it's done. Take a thermometer, but whatever, it'll be fine. And it's okay if you eat raw chicken, right? And then I serve it with whatever starch, whatever veggie you have. But that is a dinner that hits every single time. And it's ingredients I always have on hand. And it's just easy, quick, go-to. With the leftover chicken, I'm making quesadillas. I had some cheese, shredded that up. I always have tortillas in my pantry. I'm feeding like, how many kids are over? 100 all the time, every day? This is a buffet style every single day of my life, okay? I feel like that's all my day revolves around, like making everyone food sometimes. But here we are. That's what life is all about. Made some quesadillas, cooked them up. The griddle pan I have, can't recommend this enough. I've had it for years, a couple years now, 2, 3. Love it. It's amazing because of how big it is. I was able to cook all of that, little fruit, and you're done. Bon appetit. Okay, dance is over, volleyball game is over. Came home, hung out outside during the ring toss game. The kids are all playing outside down by the sand and everyone's having like a really great time. But the house is quiet because they're all out there. Hallelujah. I love how they like move from the front of the yard to the back of the yard. I just love when it's nice outside and they're able to like play outdoors. That just makes my heart so happy. But since they're out there, they all were also playing around in the house and making messes everywhere. I feel like whenever they have certain people over, they tend to make a bigger mess. And I'm like, what? Have you completely lost your mind? Like you would never do this otherwise. So get that they're exploring and all of that good stuff. But there is some messes to be cleaned, and listen, it wasn't clean to begin with. So I would like to go around the house and just tidy up. The bigger kids are gonna be picked up soon. And listen, their parents have seen my house. Like I'm not really worried about that. I just need to clean it because it needs to be cleaned anyway. But there's just stuff everywhere. There's literally, I mean, I could take you around and you'll see as I'm cleaning. I'm gonna get this house in order, do a little reset, and I'm gonna feel a lot better about myself, maybe a little bit. I'm gonna show you this. At least need to clean this out here. Like this has been here forever. Then this, it's like left over from parties. And then we did s'mores last week, so we just have like remnants of all that good stuff. So needless to say, I gotta get my act together over here, okay? Gotta act like an adult. Do you ever just feel so overwhelmed you don't even know where to start? And then secondly, do you ever look at yourself in the mirror and you don't even like recognize yourself? Okay, let's clean. Listen, I was not expecting to spend this much time on my house. I thought, okay, I'll clean for a little bit and then make a couple recipes that I've been wanting to make. I have no idea what we even ate for dinner this night, but I will tell you, I got so much cleaning done around my house and it made me feel really good. A lot of it was laundry. I tidied up my living room, tidied up Meredith's room, tidied up Wentworth's room, tidied up Wolfgang's room, tidied up the laundry room. I think I even go in my closet, my nightside table. Oh my gosh. Why does it take me so long to like tackle things that take me 2 minutes to do? I don't know. What disorder is that? Okay. Don't diagnose me. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. But I'm so glad that I was able to get all of this done. What did I do? I don't even know if I was listening to anything, you guys. I don't know if I put music on. I think at one point I started putting it on, but I think I just needed the quiet and solace and solitude of not having something in my ear, of just, you know, sometimes we just need that. And this may have been one of those moments for me, but I also can't remember. I think while I was folding laundry, I may have been doing something, but like even this, like Halloween, candy, sprawn out everywhere, random toys, and I could not even walk around my house. I got a lot of vacuuming done, cleaning done. I even did so much more once I stopped filming, and I was just really proud about everything that I was able to accomplish, how productive I was this day. Not that like I was more or less on this day than other days, but sometimes when you can visibly see a difference, it makes me feel like, and I'm one of those people who like, my self-worth is determined by my accomplishments. Okay. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm working on it. But this just visually, I was like, oh my gosh, I got so much cleaning done. So pros and cons to that. I had a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings, but mostly the laundry. And I even show you a stint of that at the end. Like I was sorting it because once I got all of the laundry done and put away, you know, I went around the house and gathered all the rest of the laundry up, and man, listen, I get it. We're supposed to be thankful that we have clothes on our back, and oh my gosh, all these kids that I'm grateful and thankful to have, and I'm clothing them, and yet we go through so much laundry, you guys. And since I don't do it every day, it piles up. And this was just one of those days where I had to tackle it and tend to it. And then stuff like this happens around my house. I'm like, how the heck did we not realize there was a whole cantaloupe? Where did this even come from? Who put it up here and why was it up here for so long that I got moldy? And no one noticed. It wasn't smelly. It wasn't weird. And I was like, what the heck? So got that all cleaned up and gone. But that just, when I saw that, I literally was just in awe. Wow, this was really the life that I live right now, you know? This house is still in my dining room. I don't know where to put it. People are like, oh, put it in your playroom upstairs. Where, though? There's like no open wall. There's no open spaces, 0 wide open spaces. And I don't know what to do with it. I don't want to get rid of it. I want to keep it for my grandchildren, even though they won't want it. I don't care. I'm having separation anxiety issues with it. Okay. I've had this for all of my kids. I can't get rid of it. Right. Okay. Some people keep baby blankets. I'm going to keep this thing. All right. So it might go in my attic for us to never see for 20 years, but I think I'm okay with that for a little bit. I digress. Listen, this weekend, what did you guys do? First of all, I hope you had a great weekend. Second of all, we have a cold front here happening in Florida. When I say cold front, it is like 60 degrees. It's going down to 30s, okay? We've got a freeze warning here in Florida. I know, it's kind of a big deal. Everyone's freaking out about it. Right now, the high today, I want to say, is like 61 degrees. It feels amazing. I have had my windows open in my office for about a week now. And, you know, when the temperature drops a little bit, listen, the days have still gone up to 84. And today it is not, it's 60 degrees, maybe even less right now, but the windows are open. I'm freezing. And I know for some of you are like, that's spring weather. That's so nice. Not for me. We are not okay down here in Florida. Check on us. I actually love this weather so much, but I am bundled. Okay. I'm bundled and I am feeling good. I refuse to close my window. No, thank you. We actually have all the windows in the house open and doors. And man, what a great feeling. I love this feeling. It just to let the house breathe and air out. It doesn't happen often. So us Floridians, we really, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Above love. We crave this. At least I do. Oh my gosh, I can't speak for everyone, but man, it's amazing. It feels so good to throw a sweater on. We don't have heavy winter jackets. We just go outside and do our best. We just live life in a sweater, and that's the most we got. All right. Anyway, this weekend, since it was the last hot day for a while, I say hot day, the high was 84-ish, we took the kids to a water park in Orlando. And you know what happens every single time we went to Typhoon Lagoon? Oh, so much to say. Initially, I had planned all summer long, we're going to Blizzard Beach. I'm so pumped about it. We didn't end up going when we spent our 5 days in Orlando. We did other things. We didn't end up going to the water parks. The Blizzard Beach specifically. So I was like, you know what? Our tickets are expiring soon. The weather is getting cold. We need to go, like, you know, while we still have a chance. So made plans to go. Oh, Blizzard Beach is closed. Yeah, of course they are. So we ended up going to Typhoon Lagoon, which is still great, still wonderful, but like we've been there, but also we don't go very often. So it's still fun and magical and all that good stuff. Oh, every single time we go to Disney, hands up. Do you know what happens? Do you know what happens every single time we go? It rains. We get rained out. Something happens. And what is it about this year? Every single time. We don't have unlimited tickets. We don't have like a yearly pass or anything. It's just a bundle of tickets that we buy. 4 tickets at the parks, 4 tickets water parks. And 4 days now, we have been rained out. Trying to look for the positive. Yes, we were still able to go to Typhoon Lagoon, even though I was kind of bummed. I just wanted to go to Blizzard Beach. Wow. I know, who cares? But moving on, we got rained out. And I was like, oh, it rained our drive to Orlando. I was like, oh, but the weather app, you know, is like clear skies. You guys, nothing but clear skies and sunshine. It's not going to rain. And then as we got toward it, pouring down rain. And then the weather app was like, oh, it'll stop at noon. Okay, it'll stop at noon. Let's just go. Oh, it'll stop at 1. Oh my gosh. Okay, it'll stop at 1. It's fine. We can get something to eat. And then, oh, it'll stop at 2. Oh my gosh, are you joking? Every time I opened my weather app, it would just like pivot over to the next hour. And I was like, why didn't we do this? So I And then the last time, Alex and I made the executive decision to not go because we spent like, I don't know, a couple days. The kids had off school for a couple days. And then the weekend we were like, okay, perfect time. Let's go to Disney. Planned on going to the water park. Guess what happened? Thought we were going to get rained out. Thought it, because the weather app was like, even the radar, even everything on the news, it's going to rain 100% today. 100%. I was like, you know what? We'll stick around for an hour. I'll bring the girls to, whatever, the outlet malls. We'll see if it starts raining. Like play it by ear a little bit. Oh, we'll get a delayed checkout at the hotel. Like all this stuff. Not raining, not raining, not raining. And I was like, oh, but the weather app says it's going to rain, rain, rain the rest of the day. Like I don't want to waste a day ticket there. Didn't rain at all. It was actually beautiful. It was actually the most beautiful day we've had all year. I can't even believe it. So we went home. We went home because we thought it was going to rain all day and I didn't want to waste tickets. Unbelievable. Isn't that, what do they call that? Newton's law or whatever the heck. It's like when you bring an umbrella somewhere, you know, it won't rain, but when you forget it, it absolutely will. So that's how I feel right now. Anyway, we were able to spend an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. Once you start going. So short story long, Alex is like, let's just get in the park. I was like, okay, let's get in the park. Got in the park. Everything's closed. They have little puddles. And there's a security guard walking around. Get out of the puddles. There's lightning in the area. When they say lightning in the area, they mean within a 10-mile radius. We're like, God, just let the kids play. They had some sand. The kids were playing in the sand. And we were like, okay, this is great. But how long will this last? Eventually, they opened it up. They were able to ride some rides. We went in the lazy river. One amazing thing I want to share with you is that they had, because I was freezing. Like, I am not the type, I don't like being wet. I don't like being cold. And listen, I'm a Floridian. I get cold in a heartbeat. Pretty sure my iron is low because I'm always cold anyway. So, well, I say that, but not also, I always sweat, which is why I have my windows open. I'm like, I refuse to close these because I complain all summer long that's hot, you know, and now is our chance to be cold and I'm just going to take it all in stride. So, you know, we were in the lazy river. It's freezing. Okay. It's freezing cold water. The kids are fine. Everyone else is fine, but I'm just sitting there like, ugh. I'm trying not to say anything because, you know, we're finally in something, doing something. So I get out, literally goosebumps galore. And I'm like, okay, I'll take the little kids. You take the big kids and ride some rides and I'll take them this way. So I take them to the little kid play area. Oh my gosh, the water is heated. And it's not like, ooh, this water is warm because it's the kiddie pool area, so it's a little suspicious. No, it was hot water. I was like, oh, this is amazing. So it was so nice. And I was so thankful that, you know, I asked Alex, hey, was the water on the rides hot? And he said, no, it was warm. And so I took him to the kid area. He's like, this is so, you know, it's amazing. So that was really lovely that we were able to do that. Of course, it was, you know, what I say, map out your future, but do it in pencil because plans change by the hour. Okay, by the hour. So I was really glad that we were able to get some stuff done. We came home and, like, you know, did the whole nighttime routine and all that good stuff. But one place we ended up going to lunch. Have you guys ever been to, now I forgot the name, Dave's? Well, Dave's something. Dave's Hot Chicken? Something like that? It's a restaurant. I had never heard of it before. I feel like I heard of it somewhere, like someone has talked about it before. Word for the wise, anything less than hot, I would approve for you. Anything over, because you get to choose your heat level. You get sandwiches, tenders, whatever. It's like a chicken place with fries and all that good stuff. So I got medium on one because I can't just order one thing. I got fries with medium heat nuggets on it, like loaded fries. They have coleslaw and pickles and all that stuff. And then I got a sandwich, but I got hot. I was like, oh, hot will be fine, right? I don't know. Like, you know, never had it before. I was not fine. I was not okay. It was not cool. Instantly my stomach was like, why did you eat that? What the heck is wrong with you? Unbelievable. Absolute no. Alex got like 2 notches above me and he's over there just dripping, regretting his life choices. And then when he was all done, we both had stomach aches, first of all. And second of all, I'm fine now. I mean, it's the next day, so I'm like totally fine. But he said the next time he goes, if there is a next time, he's going to get the Reaper, which is the hottest. I was like, why would you do that to yourself after just going through less than that? For me, I'm like, I will never do that again. I have learned my lesson. I do not need a hot sandwich. I just thought, oh, hot, spicy, whatever I can, I'm thinking Hooters hot. No, man. And I think it was the type of spices they use. Do you know what they use? I'm pretty sure it was paprika heavy. But man, that was an experience. That was a day. All the kids had fun, and well, as much fun as we could have. And it's just like family days like that. Gotta shove them in while you can. And this winter, I'm trying to plan out our weekends and do something every weekend. I say that, and then I'm like, what? Once the weekends come, I'll be like, what? Why did I overload us so much? This weekend is Meredith's birthday party. Pumped about that. It is not at our house. It is Eleanor had it at this place when she turned 7. Meredith is turning 6, which I can't even believe. But she is, it's like they do your hair and they do your nails and you play dress up and they have a runway and a dance party. And I think they do more. I think they have tattoos and, they got plenty of stuff for the kids to have fun and play with. And so that'll be fun for her, hopefully. And I'm still getting RSVPs. Yesterday, the woman called, hey, I need a head count. I was like, oh, we can't just add them as we go. So I had to just guess. But we're over that already because people keep RSVPing. And I'm like, a lot of people just don't RSVP these days. And they just show up, which is fine. It's great. But when you go to a place that needs a head count, I guess it's not so great. And then, day of, some people drop out. So I just try to give a guesstimate and then add a few. And then it'll be fine, right? At least that's what I'm telling myself. It'll be fine. It's not that serious. It's not a big deal. And from that, we have nothing planned for the weekends. Snowcat Ridge is the place in our area where they produce fake snow. We've gone there before, but it really kills the mood when it's 80 degrees outside and you're trying to do winter activities. They have you can tube down I don't know what it's called when you go snow tubing. Whatever that's called. They have one of those, but it's all fake. It's manufactured because we're in Florida, obviously. And, they've got different activities to do. And then they have a globe you go into where it snows. And so that's always fun, but we haven't been in a few years. It is on the pricier side. And the older kids have gone as a field trip. So I'm like, oh, well, they get their fun. But really, I think all the kids will enjoy that. So we might do that again this year. They have a lot of I live in Tampa, so there's always fun winter activities to do. It's just finding the time and figuring out which ones are the most fun, because sometimes we go to things and we're like, oh, it's really just you go walk around and they just are trying to sell a bunch of stuff. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. I know there's a place we can go where they have a bunch of lights and what do they call that when you skate around on ice skating. So that's a fun one. Alex and I did that a few years ago. A few years. Oh my gosh, how many years has it been? I don't know. Probably 3. That's my guess. So I'm going to have to look around, see what's going on. And driving home yesterday, I was looking for family photographers in my area. A little last minute. Have you guys gotten family photos done? First of all, do you do family photos? Because, oh my gosh, they're so expensive. But every year I don't do them, I always regret it. And I know I could just go out there, get a tripod, put my phone up and snap a few. It's just different when you have an actual professional do them. It really is. Even with the quality of phones these days. I mean, listen, there's really great quality phones out there with the portrait mode and everything. But when you have little kids, I think it's easier to do something like that when you have bigger kids. When you have little kids, I feel like it makes such a difference when someone else is taking it. Maybe, I don't know, but it's not, it's not really worth the money. I'm just going to tell you that for free. Okay. So pros and cons to everything. And then I'm thinking, oh, what are we going to wear for family photos? Do I even want to go through, let's just wear whatever you want, kids. Let's line up out here. I don't know. That's about the season I'm at right now. I couldn't care less. I'm about to, whenever we take family photos, everyone else, I'm like, oh, they look so great. And then I look at myself, I'm always thinking, why did you wear that? That was your best decision? What were you thinking? Out of every other option, 1, out of your closet, 2, out of everything every store has ever offered ever, that's what you picked? These are my thoughts to myself. I'm like, really? It's unflattering color, unflattering whatever. So I'm hard on myself too. So that's just fine. I mean, at the end of the day, I get them printed. I'm like, oh, it's a lovely photo, but if I'm being nitpicky, if I'm really sharing what's on my mind, there it is. There it is. So this year, I'm like, what am I going to wear? I don't even know. I don't want to deal with it. I don't care. Give me some sweats. That's probably what I should wear. And then I see all these other people on Instagram sharing their family photos and sharing what they're wearing. This is option 1, option 2. What do you think? And I'm like, literally, they are all amazing on you. They all look incredible. You look 20 out of 10 in every single one. You could pick any of them and you'd be happy. Like, that's how I feel. And then I just think, how do they pick? Like, where are they shopping from? I need their links. And then it never looks the same on me. It never really does it? Or the quality of the material. I'm like, how did they make this look so good? But on me, it feels like tissue paper, because listen, I bought some things that influencers are like, this is great quality. And I'm like, did you send the right link? Because this is garbage. I don't even know what they're talking about, okay? That's why I don't share links a lot. I tried just to buy thrifted, but then even then it's, spend 4 hours at the thrift store and maybe you find something, maybe you don't. It's a crapshoot. Hey, by this time it's dark outside and it is only 2 p.m. Okay. How are we doing with the time change? And are we all struggling? Because once 4:30 comes, and I'm not exaggerating, 5 p.m., 6 o'clock, we could be eating dinner. And I'm like, Alex, is it 10 p.m.? Because it feels like 11 p.m. And why are our kids still up at midnight? Okay, because that's how I feel. I'm falling asleep on the couch. I'm not sure I've ever struggled this hard. Usually there's a little transition, whatever. But man, are you struggling with the darkness at 5 p.m.? And then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, if we do family photos, then we have to be somewhere at dusk. I'm thinking of having them on the beach this year because that was my favorite. I loved it on the beach. It was just so breezy and beachy. And so I'm wondering maybe, but then the drive to the beach, 45 minutes to an hour, depending on what beach location we choose, plus like making sure the kids are not slopped up by the time we get there. So it's a lot of logistics that I'm just uninterested in. But I do want nice family photos. Someone's got to take care of it. So pros and cons, I don't know. It's a debate I'm having in my head. We'll see if I actually get them done. Hey, Wentworth's room was actually horrid. And I went through his closet and you can see that I'm like tucked away in there for quite some time. I don't know what kind of explosion happened in there. I don't know what kind of, when they did those built-ins in the closets, the built-ins in Eleanor's window seat, amazing, impeccable. But the closets, I'm like, this is, something feels off. And the bar that I hang clothes on, it's not secure to anything. So it falls all the time. And I imagine once we have a lot of clothes on there, it won't fall all the time. But it's not loaded with clothes, so... and then it's like a weapon. It's like this metal bar that's kind of sharp on both sides. So I'm like, how can I secure this? It seems a little dangerous. I don't know, but it falls all the time. And I was trying to like fix it in there, but to no avail. Oh, that's what I need to do. I need to get another cover for his, what is that thing called? Beanbag? I told you, Pottery Barn sent me 2. Don't recommend buying Pottery Barn bean bags off of Pottery Barn because it is probably the same exact thing from ordering one off of Amazon. And it is fraction of the cost on Amazon. But Pottery Barn accidentally sent me 2. Someone take that as a win, okay? And I have a blank one. I need to get a cover for it. I washed Wentworth's sheets, which he probably has the cleanest sheets. His sheets his sheets get washed the most because of his dust mite allergy. And inside my head, I'm just like thinking, should I get all of my kids checked for dust mite allergies and hope that they all have one? And maybe that'll kick my rear into high gear into like washing our sheets more often. Like, is this the motivation that I need? Like a hardcore allergy like that? What an annoying allergy to have, seriously. And man, it's horrible. But I'm in here just trying to give it a mother's touch. Normally he'll like tidy his room if I ask him to do it. But I was just, you know what? He has a friend over. I'm going to let him play and I'll tidy this up for him. No big deal. And it's kind of like weekly reset, okay? That if I didn't say that at the beginning, this is my mindset. But I didn't meal plan, which I plan on doing. I actually told you I made a list of things I wanted to do on my phone. All right, let's go through them and see how many I got to. Oh, none. None, absolutely none. I put meal plan, breakfast board, tidy porch. Like none so far, you guys. Clean the doors with bleach. Nothing. Not. Why do I even make lists? To be fair, I didn't reference my list. There's a couple more things on there. Didn't get to those either. So, like recipes and stuff. I will eventually get to those things because guess what? Tomorrow is another day, and hopefully, we're able to get to it. What's on my mind right now? I actually have an eye appointment. I think I told you about it in the beginning of this video. I made another eye appointment. It's like, several days later, and today is the day I'm going to go. Just cross your fingers for me, okay? I don't even know what to say about it. Oh, and yesterday, which I feel like just made it worse, while we were at the water parks, my contact lens was torn in my eye. I didn't have a backup lens. I didn't have my glasses with me. So I just, all day, man, every time I blinked my eye, I was like a razor blade was in there. If you have ever worn a torn contact lens, it's extremely uncomfortable. And then when it started raining, when I get water in my eyes, I'm like, oh, this is the worst. And then we were running out of the park as it was raining. I don't even think I mentioned that part. So, yeah, that happened. We're all drenched, soaking wet, like trying to get in dry clothes in the car. I'm like, oh my gosh, was this worth it, Absolutely. We're making memories, okay? Oh, are we making memories? Making mistakes or making memories? Unsure of that, but we're making something over here. So I had a torn contact lens all day, and that, oh my gosh, I was like, Alex, just go home. He's like, should we do Pirates dinner theater? The kids would love that. I was like, I need to get home. My eye is killing me. And I hate to be that person who's like, oh, I just need to not, but I had no alternative, and I couldn't just walk around blind. I mean, I guess I could have walked around blind, but I didn't want to. So sue me. Anyway, so we came home, and I don't know where I was going with that, but there's that. I've moved on to making the Croissant sourdough bread. Okay, making sourdough like I normally do, maybe a little bit less water. So I did, wait, hold on. Let me look up the recipe because I kind of think it was 200 grams of starter. Hold on. So this is from Amy Bakes Bread, and I actually don't have the recipe up yet. Oh, yes. I actually did nothing about this, right? You're supposed to have some kind of leaven? I don't even know. And I didn't do it. Okay. But then she also explains, well, you can have normal active sourdough starter, and that's just fine. And I was like, okay, bet. So that's what I did. 120 grams of starter, 340 grams of water, 10 grams of salt, 500 grams of bread flour. So very similar to my usual like sourdough bread. But then what you're going to do is once that gets all active and bubbly, wait, no. What are you going to do? Oh, 30 minutes. Okay. So 30 minutes later, I'm so sorry. To be fair, whenever I read sourdough recipes, that's how they make me feel. They like say 5 different things and nothing is in chronological order. And they're like, well, you can do it this way, or also you can do it this way. But if you do it this way, stop at this step and then start again at this step. And I'm like, I cannot. So, normal bread, like mix the bread together, let it rise for 30 minutes, do your stretch and folds every 30 minutes. But when you get to your second stretch and fold, and I'll show you in a minute, this is the 30 minutes where I'm like cleaning around the house. It's what I'm able to get done. Grate butter. Yeah, grate butter, and then take a quarter of the butter, sprinkle it on top of your fold it over. Sprinkle another quarter on top of that fold that over, and then finish your 2 folds. Let that sit for 30 more minutes. For your third stretch and fold, do it with the remaining butter. Fold it, butter, fold it, butter, fold it. For 4 turns of the pan. It's whatever. And then let it rise again. or let it sit, whatever, 4 stretch and folds all together. And I'm showing you my laundry. Like, yes, I sat in here and I was sorting the laundry. I had it all going. I'm doing even more laundry. And the next morning I spent probably, I don't know, way too long putting it all away, folding it, sorting it, all of that good stuff. And I did do it by child, and it does make a huge difference. But a lot of times if I'm staying on top of laundry or only doing it, every couple of days, they don't have enough to fill up a full load. So that's when I mix it together. So either way, I feel like you have to sort it before it goes in or sort it when it comes out. But it was a lot easier for me to sort it before it went in, or at least that's how it felt. Or maybe it just felt different because it was something new. So I really enjoyed doing it that way. And I know a lot of you have said that in the past. And that's what my older kids do. They do their own laundry and they wash it and as it goes in. So that's how that was that. But as far as the sourdough, I really screwed up because as soon as I was done with my 4th stretch and fold, it was late, and normally I let it sit on the counter and rise, but it was like, since this is butter, it has to stay cool, So I was like, okay, I'm going to throw it in my fridge tomorrow or all night long, and then tomorrow I'll wake up and do it. But I didn't wake up and do it because then I thought, oh, well, we're leaving soon. I don't want to rush, and it has to sit on the counter, come to room temperature for a couple hours. So anyway, I didn't let it rise before I put it in the fridge. And it still came out great. And so I just want to share that with you. It doesn't matter. It's going to be fine at the end of the day. I'm cleaning my closet, and I feel like I say this every week, man, or every couple weeks whenever I tidy up in here. It hasn't gotten this bad in such a long time. And then every week it's like the same again. Alex actually walked by the closet and he said, did the kids do this? And I was, because he was going to make them tidied up. And I was like, it was me. It was me. I did it. Shoes were everywhere. Because as I'm tidying up, I just kind of throw stuff in there and I'll deal with it later, whatever. So sometimes the kids do take my shoes down and walk around in them, but otherwise it was mostly me. And I didn't even put my clean clothes away. It's fine, whatever. They're on a shelf, out of the way. As long as the floor looks tidy, it gives the illusion that the whole room is tidy. There's a tip for you. Also had a thread up package that was full of returns that I never returned. So I don't know what to do with it. That is my life, and I literally don't know what to do with it. I'm gonna have to try to, I don't know, find someone my size or donate it probably. Okay, here's the butter that I'm shredding if you're wondering what the heck that looked like. It's amazing. And if you're making pie crust and stuff, this is a great way to do it as well. What else do I use this method for? Biscuits, any kind of dough that requires butter in there. Oh my gosh, did I even share? This is my favorite sourdough that I've ever made. I'm salivating. It was so delicious. Very croissant-like, very buttery, if you will. It was light. It was amazing. And I will make it like this again forever. And if you're like, oh, that's so much butter. I don't think you've ever seen me put butter on my one piece of sourdough. I use half a stick. I'm like, I need to slather this. But when I eat this, I don't need to add any butter. So I feel like I'm actually using less butter this way. And I loved it. Absolute delight. So I will make it like this forevermore. I don't know if I shared, but I'll also try to link the recipe. I always try to link the recipe so you can, do them the proper way and actually get the proper instructions and stuff. But I'm telling you, even if you mess up, just keep on going, because I, for one, thought that it was going to be horrible. Like, I did it all wrong. I made so many mistakes, but still, came out great. This was when I just plopped it out of my fridge, let it sit at room temperature for probably an hour and a half. This is when we got home from the parks yesterday, from the water park. And I I kind of shaped it into a ball because I didn't even shape it, you guys. I didn't even shape it. Thankfully, it rose a little bit in the fridge. I shaped it into a ball. Didn't want to disrupt the butter loaf, that much. And then I scored it. Listen, I know I'm so talented. You don't have to tell me. My scoring is impeccable. I will start a class. I will release an online PDF, and that is coming soon. And I will charge $150 for my secret tips and tricks. Anyway, I scored it. I have my jammies on. It is when I tell you it's 7 p.m. here, okay, I am bathed and ready for bed. I'm like, is everyone else ready for bed too? So got it out of the oven. I cooked it 20 minutes, 450, and then I took the lid off for 10 more minutes. You guys, wait till you see the magic that I shove off this parchment paper. You're going to be amazed. And I know you're supposed to wait to cut it until it's cool, but I just simply could not. And I was like, you want to eat a croissant when it's nice and warm, right? Absolutely you do, especially when it is a croissant sourdough loaf. So there it is in all of its glory. Oh my gosh, amazing. I do add ice cubes when I cook it to the pan. I feel like that lessens the amount that it's going to burn. And I also spritz the top of it with water. Those are 2 tips that no one ever, like I never saw anyone do it until I did. And I was like, what? Why doesn't everyone share that they do this? So just throwing that out there as well. And I am taking my knife to it. The softest, easiest one I've ever cut. Oh my gosh. The butter was, I took a clip of it, but it was so blurry, was like oozing out of the bottom onto the parchment paper. You can see the steam coming out. I know this is a no-no. But also it's a yes, yes, because when I ate these loaves, I was crying. It was so delicious. Just do it this way. I will forevermore do it like this. And I was happy to see the air bubbles in here because I thought I screwed the whole thing up. But that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you did this weekend / what you have planned for in the upcoming weeks. And don't forget to check out Ritual Vitamins. I will leave my link in the description box below to get 30% off of your first order. And I'll see you next time. Bye.